down South Texas. Excuse me, I'm coughing today. From deep down South Texas. Today I want to say about 5 miles from the Mexican border, uh, in between Donna and Westlaco. No, Alamo and Donna. Anyway, I hope today finds anyone popping in healthy and well and whole. We're going to talk a little bit about some cold steels today, and and yeah, we'll go from there. I have a fairly good cold steel collection. Actually, I think I'm up to. I want to say I have 11 cold steel knives, if you will, something like that. Hello. Thanks for coming in and joining me this morning. I'm not sure who you are, so say hello. This is Patrick coming to you live from deep South Texas, and we're going to talk some cold steels. So we'll have fun. But that's not my primary carry today. My primary carry today is this pretty boy. Uh, nice little knife there. So I hope you'll stay around and enjoy it. Good morning, Sergeant. How are you? Now, is that SGT, like Staff Sergeant? Because I saw someone call you that, and if that's the case, I'll call you Staff Sergeant. That's a good name. So, and are you actually military? Because if you are, thank you for your service. Um, Staff Sergeant, okay. I appreciate a whole lot everyone who serves. People serving allow me to have the life I have, and I appreciate that. Good morning, KJ. How are you, sir? I hope you are well. Uh, haven't heard from you. I guess that cat that adopted you, the kitten, is now taking over your life. They do that. They do that. Once they adopt you, they become dominant, and then your poor husky's probably like not happy. So anyway, so Staff Sergeant, I appreciate you. Thank you for your service, assuming that you are. Yep, and a retired sheriff. Awesome. Thank you for your service. My father was police. He was a deputy sheriff. He went into doing private security. He was in Florida and in where else? Indiana. And so yeah, I have a lot of respect for both military and police. I value it. People willing to serve the community. So you also have to be a little bit of a power tripper to get into it, though, too, don't you? Tell you the truth, right? I mean, I don't know. Um, Maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like you have to have some. You definitely have to be in charge of your own life, right? You have to be in control to be able to be, military or police. In fact, the amount of self-control that the military teaches people and the ability to organize their lives is impressive to me. Because I never learned it. I'll be totally honest. I never learned it. Um, wish I had in some ways, but that's that. Didn't. So I'm popping on early today, obviously. But we'll run all the way to about 10:25. So we'll give people to time to log on. Yeah, type A personality. I did research, undergraduate research, in personality types and health and illness. Um, and there's some interesting stuff there we can talk about. Uh, People who are internal locus of control, type A personalities, tend to have more of a cardiovascular issues due to their own adopting of stress. They tend to seek out some types of stress, and your type B personalities are also yeah, there's some overlap anyway with external locus of controls. People like that tend to have illnesses like diabetes and cancer due to, I guess, the world happening to them, if you will. It's kind of wild how that works. So I see people slipping in and out. Hey, you two, give us a like here. Let's help get this thing going. Should have been type S, type stress. I should have been type L, lazy. I am absolutely an internal locus of control person. I believe that everything I do affects the world almost to a supernatural extent, and so that's a dangerous way to view the world because it's not accurate. But I still endorse that. That's the way I look at the world. So, hey, how's it coming on the print job, KJ? I am really curious. I'm still wanting to push on that because at the very least, I can use it for my mother-in-law. But if we can get it up and making it look right and function right. It doesn't even have to look really good, but function right. We can start promoting that, because I know a lot of people down here that have oxygen and need it. So Sergeant, KJ and I are trying to come up with an oxygen winding system for people with their massive oxygen hoses, because they're a hazard. So nice. The spool. Okay, so the spool itself, hopefully it's not too huge. Unfortunately, I mean, I was thinking slender. I don't know, but hopefully, I don't know. It's going to have to be fairly wide, just because those oxygen hoses are fairly wide. So I don't know. I'm curious how that's coming out. I'm really excited to see that. It'll be fun to see that, and we can get it going. I like to do things like that. I'm also on the board of a nonprofit, a couple of them, uh, and so yeah, I like to do things like that. I also like to not shout it out. So anyway, so hey, looking here, this knife, not a cold steel. We got them to come. Is a Tucson. I do not know the number. Remember the number on this? 1 kilo. Okay, pretty much set. Okay, all right. We'll make it work then. We'll figure out a way. We may have to backpack it or something for people. We'll see. So anyway, this is Tucson. So the reason this one's special, well, there's a couple of things. It's a full integral, and it's the only full integral of any knife company I own. It is a beautiful knife, and it's all the milling that they did. The carbon fiber inlays are well done. Over travel stop M390. Hi, Dwayne. Good morning. Chatting a little bit about my Tucson, and then KJ and I were reminiscing about stuff. Um, so yeah, this is a Tucson, some number. I have no idea, 151, something weird. I'm not sure. So hi, Mr. Skullfire. Thank you for popping in and joining us, showing off my carry today, which is a Tucson full integral. Full integral. A very, very nice knife, an M390. The other thing that's kind of interesting about this knife is, can you see just how chunky that blade gets there at the end? I mean, this thing, I mean, it's fairly slicey back in here. It will slice. And it actually will slice, fairly well. If I give it a little pull, it cuts. Because it's sharp, get all that out of the way. Hopefully I wasn't flashing my address and everything all over the internet. I didn't even think about that. And the action on it's excellent with the bearings. But it's got this chunky thickness up here at the spine. And because the spine was crowned, it actually gets really thick out here towards the tip to where it is. I haven't measured it, but I think that's easily a quarter of an inch or almost like what would that be, 5/16 or something? Yeah, or no, 3/16, something like that. It's pretty big. Anyway, I can't do any math. Math is hard in the morning. I don't wake up well. Hey, I had no patience seen today. Normally I have patience seen today. 3/16. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, a little bit less than a quarter. Yeah, okay. Like I said, my math was good unconsciously. No patients seen today. They're not home. It's a downside hazard that I have, is that a lot of times, if I can't get a hold of a patient, I was telling you all yesterday, I'm required to go try directly to see patients, because we don't want someone to be laying on the floor, not able to get to the phone, not answering, and no one ever going and checking on them. We will go and check on people. That's just the way we are. So, but yeah, I'm showing off, first of all, Tucson, full integral, chunky boy, M390, beautiful titanium frame lock, excellent knife. I see a bunch of people have popped in, or we're popping in and out. So thank you for coming in, and please, thank you for staying, and please like and subscribe. Help me run up these hours. By the way, we've been almost gotten up to about 100 hours in the week, which that actually makes it, if we could get to where we're doing a little bit more, not a whole lot, but a little bit more, we might even be able to get to the 3,000 hours within the 30 days that I set. That would be really cool. Hi, Con Man, welcome. First time seeing you in here, saying hello that I can recall, but my memory isn't perfect. So if you were here and I've said hi, I'm sorry. But if not, and you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe. And please go watch videos. I'm trying to get 3,000 hours of view time, which is going to take some really creative work on the part of all of my subscribers and a lot of live stream views. So please come on in here and hang out and stay. I'm a cold steels, but apparently people don't want to be patient enough to see the cold steels I'm going to talk about. So let me produce one of those, and we'll yank it out, and we'll whip this out here. So this is the SRK. This is a cold steel. It's a SRK and SK5 steel, which I do not know much of anything about that. It's a pretty nice, like combat style knife, fixed blade. It's a really good one. I am very fond of the sharpening on it. This thing is like really well sharpened. I won this knife. This knife was a win from JB. Saturday Knife Live. I've promoted him and shouted him out a bunch, but we'll shout him out again. Please, if you do get a chance, go watch Saturday Knife Live. It'll be at midnight Central Standard Time, because that's what time standard I use, and it'll be at midnight Central Standard Time every Saturday, except for the first Saturday of the month when he has it early. So anyway, yeah, go check that out. So that's my first cold still. I have probably about 10 or 11 cold steels. I only brought 3 with me just to have to hang out. But that's the first one. And then we were talking about the other one yesterday. But I'm going to go a little bit here and go back to flipping my knife and talking before I show the other one, because we got to get some time in. So what's everybody else carrying today? Thank you on the cool knife, Mr. Skullfire. I appreciate that. I have no idea, Sergeant. I have no idea on the 3V. Although I would take a wild guess that it's probably going to be in the $150 range, but that's just a guess. Like I said, I won that one. And like I said the other day, I don't own any 3V. I don't own anything in the V series. So unfortunately, I would like to. I need to get some. We'll see. Kunwu Conway's Conman is playing with his Kunwu Padre. He also has a pair of 3s from Spyderco in his pocket. What's the steel on that pair of 3? They like to do sprint runs with all kinds of crazy steel. So what kind of steel are you rocking on that pair of 3? Kind of curious here. This is a M390, and so the other cold steel fixed blade. We were talking about the Recon Tanto, or the Recon. So there we go. Recon Tanto. This is a Sen My blade in VG10 and like J something on the outside. Great Tanto shape. Great Tanto blade. It's a really sharp knife. Excellent design. The ergos are wonderful. The React Gravity. KJ, I have always wanted to check one of those out. If you feel like sharing your knife and you want to send that down to me to video, I'll send it back. I promise. Probably. I would love to check it out at some point when you get bored with it. So, all right. So anyway, so we have the other cold steel that was there, and then I've got one more to talk about in a minute. So let's see here. S45VN is a good steel. I'm more fond of S45 VN and S30V than S35, and I like S45 VN I think more than MagnaCut for some things. I think it's a better knife steel. MagnaCut, unfortunately, is so good at so many things that it's not great at any of them. Yeah. I like it as a steel from what I've handled with it and used it. And it's really good for moist environments, that type of thing. But if you want super sharp, there's a lot of other steels that can go better than MagnaCut. So Mr. Skullfire's got the QSP Raven. I'm a big fan of QSP knives. I think QSP has done some really neat stuff. I wish I owned more. I think I only own a Penguin, which is one of my favorite budget knives. The Penguin itself at $30, $35, $40 is an incredible D2 knife. It's very good. The Raven I'm not familiar with, but I will go check it out and look it up. I've been trying to go through and look up knives that people are talking about here. So, well, thank you all for hanging out with me. Since everyone seems to be popping in and then popping out today, no one wants to hang out. I'm guessing someone else must be having a live stream or something. That could be. It might not be. Maybe I'm just being boring. It can happen. So let me tell you the story of this knife because I like to do a story time with my knives when I can. So this is the Cold Steel AD-15. It is an incredible knife with the Scorpion Lock S35V in and a razor sharp blade. Yeah, the Penguin as well. It's a good knife. It's a really good knife. So the story behind this knife is I almost lost my finger to this knife. This little sucker had smudge on it when I got it from because they had the morons at the store had put a price tag right on the blade. And why do they do that? They're like stupid. The Master Hunter. Okay, Master Hunter in 3V and a ZT 301 in the pocket. And the Master Hunter's a nice knife. I've seen it. That's a really nice knife. I'll have to look up the 301 and see it. So this sucker, I got out, I'm outside the store and I'm trying to clean off the smush on the blade. And I take it down and it slips and it jams itself almost 3/4 of the way, all the way down the bone into my finger. No problem, Dwayne. Thank you. Um, uh, all the way down the bone. So I'm sitting there going, oh, shh. So I run back inside the store, holding pressure on it like this to keep this thing closed. And I get a Band-Aid from them, and I nurse the finger back. But every time I play with this knife, I get a little twinge in that finger. And I would probably never let it go because, it's well, one, it's a really good knife. It's a thick chunk of S35VN steel. And that Scorpion lock is, say what you will about the other types of locks that Dimco has made. There's no way, if you're gripping that knife, there is no way it will ever come open and fail. Ooh, Excalibur. I wanted to get one from MC. I just haven't had the funds. I would have to sell stuff to get stuff right. And I'm not big on having knife sales, at least not right now. I'm more focused on trying to get this giveaway going that we'll be doing, which, by the way, I have news about the giveaway. Yeah, most of the ADs are chunky. Yeah, they are. They're very chunky, and it's a heavy knife. It probably weighs close to a pound. So coming up on the giveaway, when we do get to the point where I do it, which will, like I said, probably be within 30 to 60 days, I'm having T-shirts made. I mentioned about that. So I'll be giving away some T-shirts to a couple people for winning. Marshall from Marshall Law has also said he's going to send stuff. So I have a feeling, and I'm guessing here, that I'll also be giving away a Mora for somebody who does it. Does a knife even belong to, yeah, I have a bunch of knives that haven't bitten me, and I'm very thankful because I have a large knife collection. I might bleed out. I think there's something to be said for, should a knife be so safe that it can't bite you, right? I mean, although I've had even my OTF, I had one of my OTFs bite me because I was playing with it while I was driving and I dropped it. And the reaction is to try and catch it. More importantly, I was trying to bat it away so it wouldn't go point down into my thigh. It was my Ultratech, and it was a harpoon, not harpoon. Oh, what's the style called? I don't know. It was a cool shape. Anyway, you can go back and look in my videos. It's there. So, and both have bitten you already. And both have already bitten you. Well, I'm sorry for that. Wow. I guess they really don't want you to ever let them leave. They're sticking with you, I guess. So let me sit here and flip this AD-15 for people who are popping in because I see a bunch of people popping in. Every Christmas, Dad would give me a knife as a present. Every Christmas, you managed to cut yourself with it. Okay. So there's something to it. Knives have to not some knives have to bite you to own you, huh? Or something like that to be owned by you. Who knows? Maybe there is some kind of weird spiritual, ritualistic thing, with steel and blood and ownership of steel, because there was all the knife the sword makers would insist that they had to quench their blades in blood or whatever. Getting kind of creepy and gross, but yeah, hey, it is what it is. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. For everyone else coming in, if you didn't see earlier, I'm also flipping the Tucson. It is a full integral. It is a Tucson some number. I do not remember the number, but I do have a video on it. And they're marking their territory, right? Right, all the scars. Hey, that's where that one cut me. That's where that one got me. Yeah, you're right. They are. Maybe that's it. No other knife shall touch this spot. This is a full integral in M390. Excellent. Main thing is the integral and the chunkiness of this thing out by the tip. It does slice really well in the mid blade, and that tip is a pry bar or a hatchet. I don't know if I would hatchet with it too much, just because it is a frame lock, so I wouldn't want to destroy it. And looking at the stop pin, it's not the hugest stop pin in the world. Can I show you all that? Yeah, I can right there. Yeah, and not the largest stop pin in the world, but it is. I mean, it's fairly good. Full integral, very nice. Yeah, that was a very nice mail call yesterday. David, hi David, thank you for joining us. David, if you are not a member, please subscribe and go watch videos to help me get my sub count, keep my sub count up, and to go get my view count, view hours over 3,000. I'm really, really, really trying to push for it. I'm sure I have videos on all kinds of knives. You'll find something that you want to go watch. And we're getting there. We're getting there. So surprisingly, this week we've been able to crank in enough hours that I believe that there is a potentiality of us getting there. We've got to have people coming in and viewing these live streams and staying here for the live stream for the full time. But if I can get 20 or 30 people in here for every live stream, we will be rocking in no time towards that ProTech giveaway. Also, will be other small giveaways to go with it. I will be having some T-shirts made for my channel, of course, stickers and swag. I've already got people donating swag, which is really nice, and it'll be a lot of fun. So let's watch all these videos and let's get this thing cranked up. The other cold stills that I had, so not to tease people, was the cold still SRK and that one in, by the way, for everyone who wants to know, SK5. I am not familiar with SK5. It's the only piece of it I have. And like I said, I've been collecting steels, so there's some new ones. And the Recon Tanto. Nice knife. And Sanmai VG10 and cutlery steel over the top of that. And we had the AD15, which I own about 11, 12, I think, 11 or so cold steels. And so I just brought a couple of them. I didn't bring all of them. But I just wanted to show people. Which a few of them. This one is one with the story, which I told earlier, where I tried to take my finger off. So just so you know. And the Tucson Integral. So SK5 is about 1085 high carbon. That's why they're doing the coating on it. All right. Very nice. So it's gonna get sharp as snot. It's gonna hold an edge pretty good, but it's gonna rust if I don't take care of it. Gotcha. Gotcha. Amazing how much information can be communicated. Thanks, Dwayne. Thanks, Dwayne. That is helping. Like I said, this week we've been able to crank out about 100 hours in 4 or 5 days. If we can do that, and we could get it down to we're cranking out about 100 hours a day, we could actually, now it sounds like a whole lot, but when we're talking about a live stream, if I can get 30 people in here watching a 45-minute live stream, that cranks it out pretty fast. Then we can absolutely hit that view goal in time to have a giveaway on my timeline. But if not, we will still have the giveaway, and we're still getting close. In fact, that would be the push of the giveaway, would be to really drive up the hours and make sure we hit that. So hi, Mick Colo. You are a new person What is up? I am seriously hoping that you are subscribed, but if you are not, please go subscribe and watch as many videos as you can tolerate. You got to get those view times up so that we can have a ProTech giveaway. If you want to know which ProTech, it's on my other videos. One of the videos you can go watch, and I'll bring it on to other live streams, of course. Today I'm flipping here, Mick. I'm flipping an integral Tucson. And then we were talking about some cold steels, which I will talk about a little bit more before I go. So, all right. So, hey, do any of you have any favorite blade steels? I mean, like seriously favorites yeah, this is better than anything, and forget the hype. I'm just really curious because, as I was talking about the other day, um, depending on the treatment, whether it's a stone wash or just grinding or whatever, I can absolutely feel it different in slickness or dryness or I'm not even sure the right words, oiliness of different types of steels and different steels with my hands. And so I was just curious if anyone had any particular favorites. Different tools for different tasks. Yeah, I mean, you want your indoor stuff versus your saltwater stuff, of course. But anything stand out? I mean, yeah, of course, your generalist steels would be the ones that a lot of people would probably say then were the best. But it just makes me really wonder. D2 and 14C. 14C has done pretty good for me, but it's kind of hit and miss. I think it depends on the heat treat. I think a lot of places don't really heat treat it real well, but if it's heat treated right, it can be really good. So, and then I also, what's the other one that they like to use? The 14C28N is similar to, shoot, my brain is just drawing a blank. I'll think of it later on. Vanex. I would like to get some Vanex. 20CV. I am big fond of LMAX. I think I like LMAX better than MagnaCut. I like MagnaCut for what it is. 20CV, M390, and 204P are basically the same. Do you think there's a difference in Knives or Life? Do you think there's a difference in 20CV compared to the others? Do you feel a difference? 80, 10, 80, 15, once you get used to the Scorpion Lock. For knives, absolutely. I was talking about steel, though, and different types of steel. Yeah, you do have to get used to that Scorpion Lock. It can be a little bit tricky, but once you do get used to it, it is flippy as all get out. Yeah, it sure is. So, the steel from a Swiss Army. Okay. A202 or 3V. All right. I'm intrigued by the Swiss Army knife steel. I own several Swiss Army knives. Guess what? That's probably what I'll end up bringing tomorrow then, since it got brought up as a topic today. Have you noticed I'm doing that? It's very easy for me to come up with a topic for tomorrow if you guys give me one. Hey, Blessed, welcome. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Knives are life. I also didn't get to say hi and tell you thank you for coming, but I appreciate it. Please, please keep the watching going on the videos. We're getting the hours up. It's starting to come in, which is really good. I'm really excited about that. AEBL. I do not own any AEBL. I do own what is it? The one that Kaiser uses that's made out of AEBL, similar to it, the spray form of it. I have some of whatever that is. I can't think of the name right now. It will come to me eventually. It's kind of hard when you're under the gun because you're in the middle of a live stream. Okay. Police just ran by flashing his lights. Is he trying to get my attention or is he just flashing his lights for fun? Kaiser Quartz ABL. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to track some down. That's one steel I don't have, and then the V series. I think that's gonna be my next. I've been having trouble coming up with exciting things to do for collecting. So any ideas that you guys have? But I think expanding my knife steel collection is my next big goal. Getting into the V series, get some ABL. Nitro V. There we go. Nitro V is the one I was thinking of that seems to be similar to 14C. And yeah, I like both of them. But again, I think it comes down to heat treat. Nitro V, I've noticed, will get a slick edge though. You kind of have to give it a toothy edge for it to work really good. If I hone it and I strop it too much, Nitro V just kind of gets slick on me. It'll still pass through cut things, but it won't slice real well for me. Or maybe that's just me and the way I'm doing it. I don't know. It works on all my other steels. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, Nitro V. I like Nitro V a lot. I said when I handle it right. AEBL. Let's see what else. Any other favorites out there? Next deals. Also, everyone coming in. If you tell me what you're carrying, I'll shout you out and show off what you're carrying. I like to hear what people have and what new knives they have. It's always exciting to share that. So please share with us what new knives you have. We are getting here. Wow, I've got about 3-4 minutes still. We got a couple more minutes. So the giveaway that I'll be doing again, we'll be doing it within 30 days. So I just want to keep stressing that so that we can keep 30 to 60. We want to keep pushing everyone to watch videos. I love it that you are. I appreciate that you are. I love my S35V. I like my S30V. My S30V, I like it better than M390 in some cases. Spyderco's anyway. Spyderco definitely has some good heat treats on their S30V, and it's a good steel. Share, hey, how you doing? I'm glad you made it. Thank you. So share on Instagram has had a couple of giveaways that I won, which was very nice, and I'd like to shout her out. She used to do Hanks, and I'm going to include some of the Hanks that I have from her in my giveaway for people. So a big shout out there to share. Blue, hey Blue, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Guess I have to hang out for a while more now that other people are coming in. I can't run away. But Cheryl, thank you for coming in and joining us. I really appreciate it. What are you rocking, Cheryl? You have such an incredible knife collection. By the way, guys, check out her knife collection. She has it well organized over on Instagram, and she has a very, very nice knife collection. Be Shady, good morning. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you popping in. Super Still, like 154. I like 154 as well in my regular knives. My regular daily carry, 154 works very well. It holds an edge good. It cleans well. It doesn't rust to speak of, and it's a very good steel. 154 CM or CPM 154, either one. I like them both a lot. I really do. I think if you go and plug here, go look at my knife steel videos, which there will be a new knife steel video coming. Yes, thank you everyone who's just come in. I appreciate it. I really, really, really appreciate it. Go check out my knife steel videos where I've kind of categorized knives. I put 154 CM and CPM 154 in the mid-range steels because it used to be a higher end steel, but now it's become pretty common. It's used in all the launches or a lot of the launches, but they've switched over to MagnaCut. But up until switching over to MagnaCut, a lot of them were there. Cher's carrying a purple stovepipe, anodized purple marble pattern. Very nice. Like I said, Cher has a beautiful. If she wanted to run a channel, she could run a channel. She has a beautiful, nice knife collection that I know everyone would love to see. So at some time, Cher, if you want to pop on, we'll do a collab, and I'll have you on together with me, and we'll have you show off some of your knives for people because you have a gorgeous collection. I mean, a really gorgeous collection. It's nice to see. And she's a really good person, so I want to shout her out in the community. Actually, everyone in here that has come in and joined us so far is talking in the chat are good people. I have not seen anyone who's been divisive or difficult today, and I appreciate that with you all. Thank you all for coming and doing that. Be Shady, thank you for just popping in. I appreciate it. Spam the videos. Spam my videos. Go watch as many as you can. Set my playlists on loop and repeat and just walk away. Let it go for me, please. I appreciate it. And you're welcome, sure. Yeah, that's how we're gonna get there. That's how I'm gonna get the view time hours in and that in these live streams. So thank you for joining me every morning, Monday through Saturday, between 9:45 and 10:15. At the latest, my start time should be around 10. And yeah, no trolls today, which is really cool. And so I appreciate you all joining me. Usually I have to go by about 10:30 to get to my next patient, which is what I have to do now. So, and I don't want to because I've got so many people in here watching and helping me get the view time, which is really wonderful. So what we could try to do is I could actually have you all join me for a drive. Would you like to do that? We'll get a little more view time in, and I will have you all join me for a drive. Actually, shoot, I need my GPS, I think, to remember where I'm going. So we're not going to do a drive. We're going to have to wrap up the live stream then, because if I try to get out and do GPS, it'll cut off the live stream. Oh well. Well, hey, thank you all for coming. Today's knives were the AD-15, couple of cold steel fixies. Knives are a work of art, little works and addictive. Yes, share. It's a very deep rabbit hole, and they are very addictive. And they're fine. You get a really nice knife that's a finely tuned machine, and it is just a, for lack of a better word, it's sexy. You know, it's like a sexy thing. There's something sensual to a really good, well-made knife, along with the danger. That was kind of the idea with what I was doing on my Instagram originally, posting knives and flowers, because leather and lace, crimson clover, all the rest of it. Yeah, that type of yin yang concept. But yeah, knives kind of embody that. They can be, and any kind of a really well made weapon too, or tool can embody that. It can be sleek, well designed, sexy, and yet very effective at what it does. And it's pretty cool. So, all right, guys. I have pushed my time limit as much as I can possibly do. So if you write team in black letters, you'll find that the I is in the a hole. Know that's a funny joke. I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, everybody, thank you for coming. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, Cher, for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a blessed day. God bless you all, and have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.